It's the importance of the vlogger. A lot of the people around you are not doing this. They don't know how. This is path breaking, and it will continue to be. But it also shows how far behind the media is, and why the media doesn't monetize well.
I'm 140 minute time. Got it.
All right. Now, all that's aside, here we go. Here we go. Mr. Richardson, the Raider quarterback. What do you think?
I think it went pretty well. Formative. So I have yes, but I was pretty well. Just getting to know them. Talking about my life, talking about ball. Just pretty well. Pretty well.
And Anthony, you had a chance to meet the Dallas Cowboys?
No, sir, I haven't.
If you had a shot to be dropped in an offense like that, that has like CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, to learn behind Dak Prescott, what would that mean?
I think it'd be beneficial for me. I just having other guys around me, and then learning from a great quarterback like that. I think it'd be beneficial.
Anthony, who do you feel your NFL comparison is?
Growing up, it was always Cam Newton for me. So a lot of people say Cam. I believe it is Cam.
Anthony, you could have been. Oh.
Can you repeat that for me? I guess it's a good thing. I don't think about it much. I just try to be the best version of myself that I can be. And I feel like I continue to go, and I will continue to go.
Anthony, you clearly, anyone's seen you on Instagram, you're working on your footwork. What are you specifically trying to build in your mechanics there?
Just being consistent with my accuracy. Using my arm, using my hips, using my feet. Just tying it all together and just being consistent.
Thank you.
Repeat it for themselves. You said, what do I think I'll bring to a team? I don't even know what that means, project language. But I'm willing to bring anything, everything that they need from me. I'm gonna work hard. I'm gonna be dedicated to my craft. I'm just be a leader in that organization. So just go and continue to grow.
Anthony, what do you believe makes you dynamic?
Everything. Everything that I'm able to do on the field, everything I'm able to do off the field. I live a good life. Coach Nix always told me, you must be living right if everything on the field is going right for you. So keep living a good life and just keep having fun with everything.
How do you describe the uniqueness of your skill set?
I'm able to do everything on the field. One of those people jumping with people around past people, throw the ball pretty well. So just tying it all together, I feel like that helps me become a better quarterback. That's my guy. I love Coach Johnson, but having him in the style of my first year, it definitely taught me, about offense and how certain things can work. So just talking to him and having him, I miss him, and I was glad to have him.
With teams that are searching for maybe more tape, how do you actually
about what?
playing on board here? How do you answer
my guy right there said I'm a project. I guess teams already know that I have room to go. So they see sparks in me. I see them myself as well. So I don't have to talk about experience with them because they watch the tape. They know I've been playing football for a while. It's just a matter of what level I'm playing on. So I think I'm ready. I know I'm ready. They'll get that from me.
Anthony.
Yeah, I met with the Patriots. I feel like that was another great interview for me as well. It was fun. Yeah, I plan on doing everything. I train for everything, so I'm trying to soak in what I'm able to do.
And where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
I see myself, I want to be a legend. I want to be like Patrick Mahomes. I want to be like Tom Brady. I want to be one of the greats. I will be one of the greats, because I'm willing to work that hard and get to that point. So to answer your question, I feel like I'm going to be one of the greats in the next few years. You know, the process has been great for me. You know, talking to my agents and my managers. You know, they see changes. And, you know, and I'm just excited because I feel like I'm growing in myself, and I'm just having fun with the process. You know, training in Jacksonville with Torque, you know, that was probably one of the best decisions I ever made. You know, I feel like my body has really changed, my mental has definitely changed, and my mechanics has changed. So I'm just willing. I'm ready to showcase what I'm able to do.
Where do you see your assets as a quarterback? You as a passer, how do you see this as fitting watching?
You know, just watching different films. You know, watching Joe Burrow, watching Justin Herbert, watching Josh Allen last year with my coaches. You know, I feel like I'm able to do those same things that those guys are able to do. You know, they're great on their teams. So I'm ready to get on my team and get in my system and become great just like those guys.
Anthony, growing up.
You know, getting picked up by any team is a blessing for me. You know, I'm not just keying out one team. I'm not just pointing out one team. You know, because since 6th grade, you know, I wanted to play in the NFL. And, you know, I'm blessed enough to be here, even talking to you guys, and just have this opportunity. So getting picked up by any team is a blessing for me. No, using my hips. You know, a lot of people say I have a big arm, and I do believe so. But you can't just muscle the ball around all the time. You know, that's not going to work. So you gotta be tuned up. You gotta be tuned in with your mechanics. And using my hips, that's really helped me out a lot. You know, a lot of people can say I can benefit from it. A lot of people can say I can benefit from going in day one and playing. You know, so who knows what I'm ready for? You know, I just know whatever situation I'm put into, I'm gonna dive in head first and just keep running hard.
Anthony.
Good, talk about it. Oh, that's definitely my family and my friends. You know, they've always been rooting for me. You know, I'm just thankful for them. You know, especially my mom, my little brother. You know, they're my rock, they're my backbone. You know, so they're who I do it for, and I'm glad I have a strong support system because not everybody has that.
Anthony, what's the biggest misconception about you?
A lot of people say I'm immature, you know, because I'm only 20 years old, but you know, I had to grow up early in life. You know, had to raise my younger brother. My mom was working 2 to 3 jobs every year. You know, so a lot of people don't know my situation. They don't know my story, and that's why I'm here. You know, tell my story and let people know who I am.
Anthony, growing up, who did you model your game after?
Growing up, it was always Cam Newton for me. Then when I got to high school, just seeing how dynamic Lamar was, I tried to implement both of those guys in my life. And I started calling myself Cam Jackson. And I started to make big plays, you know. So just Cam Newton and Lamar Jackson.
And what are you most excited about showing the world this week?
You know, just showing them, you know, how great of a quarterback I am and how great of a quarterback I'm willing to be.
Thank you, man.
Carl is a legend, man. He's a full legend. Just watching him and sitting behind him, you know, he taught me, you know, how important it is to play good game, how important it is to grind. You know, that guy, he knew everything of the offense. He knew the blocking scheme, the receiver routes, his checks, everything. You know, at one point in time, he was calling plays for himself. So the Bucs can definitely expect that from him again because he's a guy that's great, you know, mentally. And, you know, he has a beautiful arm. You know, so I try to implement that in myself. But, you know, he's a great guy, and they're going to get that. Can you repeat that for me? You know, if you ask a lot of people in games, you know, I had a black little mountain bike. And whenever you saw me, you saw my little brother on the handlebars. You know, I had to take him to school. I had to take him to get food. I had to get him dressed for school. You know, so that's my brother, but I love him like he's my son. You know, I'm just glad that he's a part of my life. You know, I love him. And, I just can't wait to be able to live out our You know, my mom, she doesn't want me to do anything for her. You know, because she said it was her job as a mother to take care of me the way she did. You know, I'm definitely thankful for her and I love her. Y'all about to make me proud too. But, I'm definitely take care of my mom. Whatever she wants, she can have it. I don't plan on. I don't have anything in mind, but whatever she wants, if she says, she just call my name and I got it.
Anthony, have you met with the Falcons?
Yes, sir, I have.
How did that go, and how did they describe their situation to you with, Kyle Pitts being there as one of the weapons?
That was actually a great interview. They asked me how fast I was going to run in the 40 and everything, if I was faster than Kyle. And, I got to brag on myself a little bit. I definitely told him I am faster. If Kyle sees it, I'm sorry, man. I was about myself. But that was another great interview.
How fast would you say?
How fast I am? I say I'm fast. My target time is definitely fast. I'm not trying to put any numbers out there. I'm just going to stick at that tomorrow. Yeah, definitely. Just my athletic ability. Growing up, I've always been the one hanging in trees, jumping out of trees, jumping over fences and everything. So I just bouncing around, moving around. I feel like I have that advantage in that. Yeah, I like that in the field. I can definitely get better at delivering the ball and helping my guys up. But I can also catch every pass. If I could, I would definitely. But it's just helping guys out and helping guys help me. My completion percentage, some people say it's not great. I don't think it's great either. But it's just going as a quarterback. Not every year is going to be your best year. I definitely learned a lot from that season. That was another great interview as well. Just getting to know them, just getting on the board and just drawing up a few plays for them. Recalling a play that they taught me early in the meeting. So that was another great interview.
But how I look at it.
Well, I don't think it's anything behind it. I trained for it, so why not go at that? It's okay, but I made pretty good. Jacksonville. I think it's just instinct. Growing up, sometimes I was trying to get out there too fast. I remember I was playing the All-Star game for my 11th grade year, and the whole line was actually blocking. I was ready to run, and I'm like, oh, they're blocking. So I think it's just instinct and just knowing when to get out of the pocket and when to stay.
Last couple questions.
Can you say that again? I've been working on, just coverage recognition, just recall stuff, knowing where to go with the ball. That's not anything I've been specifically working on throughout my combine. That's just something I've been working on throughout college. Because you know what the coverage is going to be before the ball even snaps. You're ahead of the game. You should be able to dominate and have an advantage.
Anthony, what's say a favorite passing concept, 3rd and 8, just outside the red zone against man coverage we'd like to throw?
3rd and 8?
Yep, just outside the red zone, against man.
I'll work for a man concept. You got a lot of guys crossing, a lot of guys running, one-on-one backside, one-on-one with the running back, and everybody's covered. I'm open, so I'm going to take it, I'm going to go with it. It's crazy because I don't even play Madden. But when it comes to touch, if you watch my film, I definitely can, add some touch to the scheme. Just growing up, I've had a lot of people tell me I'm doing it too hard. So when I'm trying to lighten up, it's not as accurate as I want it to be. So I don't care if somebody's complaining about them throwing it. They better catch.
What made
just everything I'm able to do on the field, and everything I'm willing to do on the field. I'm willing to put my body on the line. I'm willing to go in the meeting rooms and the locker room as a leader. I'm just willing to do everything in my power to be the best version of myself that I can be for the organization I go to.
Last question.
Lord knows, man. SEC championship, national championship. I had high hopes of winning the Heisman last year, so there's a lot of things I left undone, but I feel like I left my mark on Florida. Some people might not say I was a great quarterback at Florida, but hey, who cares what they say? I feel like I did pretty well there. So I'm just blessed to be here.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank y'all.
There you go. Awesome. Hey, so what do you think of Mr. Richardson? What do you think?
You asked me what I thought?
Yes, sir. Yes, I did. Yeah.
You can tell that he's been practicing for certain questions, right? Because there are questions about him.
Mm-hmm.
When a guy has that few number of starts, there's going to be questions. And yeah, he knew that somebody's going to say, and of course he kind of laughed about it when someone called him a project. But the under 20 starts club, for the most part, has been a very mixed bag. Obviously, you're looking at guys like Trubisky. You're looking at guys like Mark Sanchez. So he's trying to break, essentially a long line of quarterbacks who have a below the threshold number of starts, and most of them have not panned out, to be perfectly honest. So if he does, he will have broken through. But yeah, he's aware that people have concerns about that. He's also hasn't always been the most accurate, but not because of not knowing where to go with the ball. When I watched them on tape, I noticed they had a good concept of where to go with the ball, but his mechanics would be all over the place at times. Sometimes good, sometimes, his feet would be going one direction, his top of his body is going the other. Like, it's not connected sometimes physically. If you watch him on Instagram, and I did, look at his Instagram feed, he's been working on that. Tying his bottom half and his top half together. He talked about, he's working on a place called Torque Fitness in Orlando. They've been trying to get him to sync up the two halves of his body, the lower body and the upper body, because sometimes that would break apart, in essence, while he was playing in college.
Hey, now, Bill, the guy that was asking about the Falcons next to you, that is the legendary D. Orlando Ledbetter.
Yes. It's not my first time running into him.
Well, introduce yourself, tell him that Zennie's on, and ask him for his view. He's a great guy.
Yeah, no, we've met before. Yeah, Yeah, he took off. It was.
Okay, so let's see who's next then.
Well, right now it's Darnell Washington here, the tight end.
Will
Mallory,